Would the graduands please turn and face the platform? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Spring Convocation 2015. Would you please join our vocalist, Katya Hartova, in the singing of O Canada, and then please remain standing for the invocation.
Creator God, we invoke your blessing at this special time in the lives of these members of our university community whom we honor today. We thank you for the opportunities at this university to learn, to excel, and to lead. We offer thanks for the unique gifts bestowed upon the students who convocate today from the University of Saskatchewan, the faculty and staff who have taught and given support and encouragement, and the family members and friends who have offered patience, support, love, and finances. And together we seek your blessing for what is yet to be, of imagination and insight for the learning in the years to come, for keen eyes to sense unexpected opportunity, for faithful ears to hear a call to speak truth, for steady obedience to the way of love in healing and in community, for curiosity to discern the odd joys embedded in trials. Make of all that will come toward us a pattern of meaningful learning and growth. For all that has been, we offer thanks today, and for all that will be, we say yes. Amen.
Will you please be seated? Once again, graduands and distinguished guests, welcome. I am Elizabeth Williamson. I'm the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing to you the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on my left and your right, Russell Eisinger, Registrar and Director of Student Services. Patty McDougall, Vice Provost Teaching and Learning. Karen Chad, Vice President Research. Arnold Pelly, Elder and Traditional Doctor, Cote First Nation. Kathy Spruill, MLA Saskatoon-Nutana. Gordon Wyatt, MLA Saskatoon Northwest. Ernie Barber, Provost and Vice President Academic. President Gordon Barnhart. Chancellor Blaine Fable. Brett Wilson, this morning's recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Daphne Terrace, Dean, Edwards School of Business. Beth Bilson, Dean, College of Law. Doug Surtees, Associate Professor, College of Law. Noreen Mahoney, Associate Dean, Edwards School of Business. And in the second row, 3 of our university orators, Dave Minch, Doreen Petro, and Darrell Gunther. Grit McCreath, member of the University of Saskatchewan Board of Governors, and Catherine Ford, also member, University of Saskatchewan Board of Governors. Hardy Shahahadu, Vice President, Student Affairs, Graduate Students Association. Lori Eisinger, Senator. Jim Pulfer, Senator. Wayne Evaniski, University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association. Asit Sarkar, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Father Andre Lalac, chaplain. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting teaching and encouraging our graduates. We now acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 on which we have gathered for this event. Please stand as you are able for the honor song. There is no applause following the honor song. please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you W. Brett Wilson and ask that you stand beside me.
And pay full attention.
And pay full attention for once. Okay. It's my great pleasure.
Put it away. No, we need that. No, don't do that. No.
There's a story here. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to the disarmed W. Brett Wilson, who is today's recipient of a Doctor of Laws, and invite him to give the convocation address. He's accompanied by his family, his friends, and the whole province of Saskatchewan is proud of his success. I've known him for about 30 years this year, and it was always my dream that I would come to be dean at the University of Saskatchewan and one day would be here on this stage celebrating as Brett receives the university's highest honor. So this is a day to be savored. Brett graduated from our university with a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in 1979. Because there are so many students and their families here today, I will add a few personal insights to the usual bio. Brett was very active in student politics and the rambunctious Engineering Society. And so his grade point average did not reflect his future potential. Parents, do not lose hope if your child did not convocate with distinction or honors. Brett moved to Calgary to be an engineer with Esso, where the company did him the painful kindness of telling him his aptitude would not be with senior corporate management. Not every first job is the right job. Of course, Brett knew this himself and entered the MBA program at the University of Calgary, completing the degree in 1985 with an intensive specialization in entrepreneurship. Upon graduation, he received an excellent offer from McLeod Young Weir, now known as Scotia McLeod, to be an investment banker. Of all my many MBA classmates, I knew that Brett alone had the royal jelly, the unique drive, the moxie to succeed, and it's been my pleasure to watch the trajectory. We knew he was going to do something, we just didn't know quite what, and I'm not sure that Brett knew quite what at that time. A few years after doing well in the big firm, he used his expertise to start his own investment bank, Wilson Mackey and Company, to fill a void in banking services in the energy sector. Brett saw opportunities where other people saw obstacles. Then, still only in his early 30s, he, with Murray Edwards, Rick Grafton, and Jim Davidson, really rocked the Calgary investment scene by launching First Energy Capital Corporation. And I remember that day in Calgary where many a top analyst shocked the street by moving to join First Energy. This was a very dramatic moment. It was audacious, it was brilliant, and it launched Brett to fame as a deal maker. I distinctly remember Brett's pride as he toured me through his offices and said he was running the most ethical of all of Canada's investment firms. I guess that's the Saskatchewan values coming out. And his walls became covered in plaques celebrating some of the biggest underwriting deals in the country. Eventually, Brett and his partners brokered financings and mergers and acquisitions. The deals were worth over $150 billion. The oil and gas sector drove the New West, and Brett was at the forefront of this shift in economic might from central Canada to Alberta and now Saskatchewan. He remained active in First Energy for 14 years, became its chairman in 2000, until 2010, and then became chairman of Canoe Financial, a privately owned management firm, and Prairie Merchant with its many ties to Saskatchewan. Always Brett was proud to be from this province, and he spoke frequently and fondly about his family in North Battleford, his home, and his love for it, and he has invested wisely in Saskatchewan startups, given generously to Battleford's Union Hospital and so many other Saskatchewan causes. If he looks familiar to you under this beard, that's for his sister. It is because he was a popular panelist, the most popular panelist on Dragon's Den, which he used as a platform to promote entrepreneurship. He launched a show called Risky Business to shine a spotlight on entrepreneurial thinking. His growing fame was affirmed when his book, Redefining Success, Still Making Mistakes, became a bestseller. He made a major gift to this university for the W. Brett Wilson Center for Entrepreneurial Excellence, not just for the Edwards School, for all students at the university in all disciplines, to plant the entrepreneurial seed, and he attends pitch parties and gives his time very generously to support the Wilson Center, knowing that the seeds planted here with our students will someday take hold and foster new enterprises. Brett is known for something unique. I hope he's able to talk to you about it when I stop. While many business people speak of corporate social responsibility as if it was taking your vitamins no matter how badly they taste, Brett developed a different philosophy, something he calls corporate social opportunity, that partnership with the not-for-profit sector, with social causes, in aid of military veterans who sacrifice so much for us, to help pastoral care, to help with anti-violence therapy, and so on, that helping others should be viewed as part of marketing, as part of exploring new networks, as part of building a brand, and as part of the excitement of being successful in helping others. It should not be something done grudgingly, but wholeheartedly, and Brett has raised millions upon millions of dollars for Canadian charities by using his contacts, his home, the Brett brand, his own unique persona, and having fun at the same time. He is a strategic philanthropist, and he has proven something very unique. This approach works. He has great joy in spending time with his 3 now adult children, adventure traveling, doing strange and very alarming things like mountain climbing, rappelling the Calgary Tower for charity, running a quiet personal campaign to bring women into all dining rooms, including the card-playing tables of the Petroleum Club in Calgary. In the midst of this meteoric rise, Brett was twice diagnosed with cancer and twice treated successfully. With the legendary Doc Seaman, who you all know is a Saskatchewan story, Brett and Doc Seaman made a foundational $10 million gift to found the Southern Alberta Institute of Urology, which specializes in prostate and other forms of cancer and the treatment of other conditions. And this has made a profound difference to the health of all of us. If I listed all the recognitions and awards Brett has received, I would eat into the convocation and delay your lunch by at least an hour. But just so the audience knows, when you see a person wearing a discreet daisy-like pin in their lapel, that means that person is a member of the Order of Canada. Brett also received the Saskatchewan Order of Merit. He's an inspiring speaker with a great message of a life well and truly and fully lived, of choices that worked and choices that didn't. And I look forward to hearing more after we make him today's recipient of an honorary doctorate for his remarkable achievements. Truly, he is a son of Saskatchewan. We are very proud of him, and we are really honored that he continues to be an engaged alumnus and a good friend to this province and to all of us. Eminent Chancellor, I present W. Brett Wilson and ask that you confer on him the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Mr. Wilson, it's my pleasure to say these words. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa and invest you with all the powers, rights, privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
He needs his phone for a timer, he says.
I'll explain in a moment. But before we do that, we don't get a chance to do this very often. It was about 6 months ago I got an email advising me, and there was phone calls and whatnot, but I was made aware of this privilege and honor. But as I was reading the email, there was tears. I was welling up, and it was just, I was blithering at my computer, and I misread the email. And what I understood was that there would be a 2-hour talk with a 15-minute ceremony. I found out this morning it's only a 15-minute talk and a 2-hour ceremony, so let me move quickly through some of the material that I'd like to cover. First of all, it's an honor. Delighted to be back here in my homeland at my alma mater with so many of those who've passionately supported my journey. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, Mr. Provost, and the balance of this honored head table, if you will. It's an honor. Dr. Taras. Fortunately, with your 15-minute introduction, you covered a lot of the material I was planning to cover, so it's shortened my speech materially, so I appreciate that. I did have the privilege of doing my business degree with Dr. Taras, and we met back in, it was in the mid-1980s, and my study group ended up being myself and a woman named, now Dean Cunningham, Dean of the Dalhousie School of Business, and Dr. Taras. So 2 of the 3 did well, and the other had to go get a job. And now, a special shout out to a few folks that are here. First of all, my father, Bill Wilson, 84 and 3/4 years old, a true prairie gentleman. Beside him, Lou Jansen, my former father-in-law, but one of the class acts, one of the real gentlemen that I've ever met in this industry, in this world. My sister Shelley, who has traveled across the country to go to free parties with me all over the place. And I appreciate all of you being here. And a special shout out to a Dr. Kay Nasser. Kay Nasser was a university professor of mine, still is, but he identified in me at an early age something that he liked. And he took me aside and encouraged me, coached me, and challenged me to do more. And I would consider him one of the great mentors in this life. Dr. Kay, thank you. Now, since we don't get to do Q&A, I'm just going to jump right to the burning question. Is Kevin O'Leary a prick? Yes. And so we'll just get that out of the way. We're done. Arlene is not a cougar. She just plays one on TV. Treliving's not a pervert. He just plays one on TV. Again, but Kevin, he's the real thing. So it... Now, to be clear, I enjoyed working with every one of those dragons immensely. The things that were edited and hit the cutting room floor, that we just cut up constantly, and I absolutely loved working with them. Having said that, Kevin and his chosen brand, in terms of the tough guy, his thoughts about money and the way people were treated, is virtually the opposite of the way I approach things. And neither is right, neither is wrong. I obviously believe in my way, and success has shown that I've figured out how to do it, and I'm sure Kevin has as well, but just very different. But really, the juxtaposition of our 2 personalities, I think, is really what made for good TV. And so we had a lot of fun doing that. Now, enough of the fantasy world of reality TV. Let's get back to the real world. You're graduating. You know everything now. Almost everything. Let me challenge you with a few of my own perspectives. The essence of life, from my perspective, is really about the choices and mistakes that you've still to make. Let me start with Harry Potter, The Chamber of Secrets. I loved that show. Loved all of them, but The Chamber of Secrets had special meaning for one line. And it was after Harry and Ron had gone down into the basement of the men's washroom, I think it was, and they slayed the dragon, and the diabolical Voldemort had to be dealt with. But they'd been told, do not go into the chamber. You are not allowed there. And so up in the castle, Dumbledore was chastising them, saying, you should not have done what you did. And then he paused and said, but people are known by their choices, not their abilities, and you chose wisely. And that line's resonated with me ever since. It's really about the choices you make. My abilities are nothing unique, nothing special, but they are mine. But the choices I've made, a lot of them based on mistakes that I've made, have given me my own unique journey. My book, as mentioned, is called Redefining Success. The full title of the book was initially Redefining Success in a Wealth-Obsessed World, where I challenged our thought process about the superficial goal of wealth. The subtitle of the book is Still Making Mistakes. Now, when we were challenging the title of the book with Penguin, they had said at one point, would you mind dropping this redefining success, because nobody really cares about that. We love this, Still Making Mistakes. Can we make that the title of the book? And my response was, my life's not that screwed up. It's just a subtitle. Let's go with it. The valleys have been low, the mountaintops have been high, and I've enjoyed quite the journey. But let me summarize. The ability to make wise choices comes from experience, but the best experience comes from making mistakes in your journey. I want to make a couple of observations about mistakes. As much as I encourage you to make them, I also encourage you to learn from those who've gone before. And let me share a few things, places that I'd encourage you to avoid in the context of making mistakes. As I hinted in the name of the book, don't fall into the trap of defining success by material wealth, by celebrity, by accomplishment, or power. I've been down all of those paths. They're superficial, they are temporary, and they're without meaning. Success defined by the size of the car or the office or the wallet is fleeting at best. Success defined by the size of the smile as the true measure of happiness is going to be a foundation or an essence of a rewarding life. Please don't make the mistake of running through life without stopping to set or reset your priorities and your action plan to align with those priorities. Just as any great lumberjack has to stop to sharpen his saw, I encourage you to stop to balance your life, because that challenge will be in front of you regularly. Post my time in an addiction treatment program in 1999, post my time with cancer in 2001, post my time with cancer in 2014, I have taken the time to sit, stop, and think about the priorities in my life. Now let me talk about those priorities. Please don't live your life without setting your own priorities. And I'll simply run through mine. Very simple order. First of all is my health. My physical, my mental, my emotional, my spiritual health. Whatever aspect of my body and my being I can work on. You need you in order to be of any use to yourself and your family and your friends, if you will, your life. Don't underestimate the importance of all aspects. Working out in the morning for 15 minutes or half an hour, great. But take the time to do either mindfulness or mental training. There's a lot of things you can do for the balance of your life, quite frankly, to extend that life. Health. Family. I encourage you to set family as a priority. It's not always going to work, but if you don't try, the failure rate's high. I encourage you there. Friends, the essence of life. You don't need a lot of friends, but you need a few good friends. Cultivate those friends, and remember that friendship is a two-way street. Don't get so absorbed in the things that you're doing that you lose sight of the fact that your friends are there for you, but you really want them with you. Education, I'll talk a little bit more about this later. Education's a lifelong journey. So the fact that you're graduating today is just a chapter, and I'm hoping you've got a 20 or 30 chapter book, and education will show up many times in your book. Career, next priority for me is the fifth on the list. You've got to pay the bills somehow. So for sure you need a career, no question about that. But make sure that the other elements of your priorities are always kept in balance relative to your thoughts on career. And there's times when you're going to work 24/7, weeks on end, as you're building a business, a career, a brand, whatever it is you're working on. But remember, the other priorities come ahead of that. And then last in my list of priorities, number 6, is actually community. And while I'm well recognized and known, and I'm very passionate about community, I set it last on my list. But it allows me to do innovative thinking in terms of how I engage virtually all other aspects. When I go to Mexico to build homes with 50 or 60 staff, family, friends, that engages virtually every one of my priorities in terms of my emotional health, my family, my friends. My career builds on it in terms of brand and the people we're taking. It's certainly something that's good for community. So I leave you with that. Now, these priorities get blended as you move forward, for sure, because you're going to have to adapt through every waking hour of life to the challenges that are thrown at you. You do not control, I'm not a fatalist, but you do not control the future, but your choices will guide the future. Now let me last walk through the three elements of what I call empowerment. And those of you who've been to any of the pitch parties have heard this many times. I fundamentally believe that if we were to incorporate these three courses, classes, call it elements, in our curriculum, whether it was in grade 3, 6, 9, 12, whether it was at university, trade schools, art schools, doesn't matter, whether you're studying to be a lawyer or a welder, a painter or an engineer, these courses are critical. And don't tell me that the school offers them. They have to be core curriculum. Number one, the study of marketing. Until you realize that a business card has 6 sides, you haven't thought about your business card. If you don't realize that the most important marketing document you will ever prepare is called your resume, you haven't thought about marketing. If you don't know what post-purchase dissonance is, there's a gap in your understanding. And then there's social media, the fact that we are changing the way we interact with the world. The idea of the AA Aardvark Autobody, so that you could get placed first in the yellow pages. Do you know what yellow pages are? Just looking for the youngest person in the room here. The odds are slim, but there was a day. But now you've got search engines, Yahoo, Bing, and of course Google. And then there's social media. Now let me just quickly poll, and I only really care about the students who are graduating. How many of you are active on Facebook? You have a Facebook account? Yes? Put your hands up. That's the way school works. Yeah. You can't forget this stuff that quickly. What about Instagram? LinkedIn? You should be there. Twitter? Big mistake not to have a Twitter account. Bigger mistake to be active on Twitter, so be careful. Instagram, did I cover that one? Nobody on Instagram? What about Tinder? None. Dean? There's an opportunity in the marketplace. Tinder is not aware that there's a group of bright, young, interacting people who are not aware. Do you guys even know what it is? You've heard of it? I heard of it, acknowledging. But my point is the advent of social media is changing the game. The internet, there isn't a company or business that doesn't have or shouldn't have some sort of online presence. So let's be crystal clear. The study of that so that you can manage your relationship with the tools. You know, your competitors are going to be active in those tools. You'd best be. And whether you're competing as an entrepreneur or competing as an employee within a business, you better understand marketing. The second is the study of entrepreneurship. And I don't mean the tools of entrepreneurship. I'm talking about being inspired by those who've gone before. And I could talk for hours about examples of great Canadian stories, the Murray Edwards of this world, who've built entrepreneurial empires. But it's not just the legacies and the dynasties that have been built. It's the real people building real businesses and understanding that planting seeds of entrepreneurship is one of the most important things we can do. I criticize Dragon's Den for its lack of bona fide business advice, but I celebrate Dragon's Den for planting seeds. As prairie people, we know that 100% of the crops you don't plant don't grow. We need to plant seeds of entrepreneurship. And I'm not looking to measure how quickly you go into business, but I want to make sure those seeds are in you, that they're being cultivated, and so that someday when they germinate, you too will have options in terms of your career. The last thing I would consider a key element of empowerment is, in fact, philanthropy. There's a chapter in my book entitled, Charity is Good Business. We made a lot of money at First Energy, giving money away. And some people thought that was a little almost sacrilegious. But I argued that in building business relationships, using our charitable dollars as our marketing budget, we did good for the community, we did good for our staff, our clients, the community that we worked within. The study of philanthropy is something that we are just beginning to understand and evolve, and there's so much to be done there. Strategic philanthropy, tactical philanthropy, every one of you is capable of doing more. And the three elements that everyone's capable of, time, money, and the creative application of time and money, leadership, every one of you is capable. A little girl going to an old folks' home to play checkers, that's time. A little girl taking her own money to buy new checkers for the old folks' home, that's money. A little girl taking her brother or parents down to play checkers, that's leadership. Don't tell me you can't do time, money, or leadership. And then there's that whole world of brand. Angelina Jolie is a true goddess for the use of her brand. Beautiful woman, for sure, but the use of her brand. At the other extreme, we've got a guy I'd love to spank, and that's Justin Bieber. But enough on Justin. What a waste of brand he's been so far. Potential's there, though. If I could just get him to hook up with Miley Cyrus, and then, anyway, there's a whole story. To conclude, my core messaging is really very simple. Remember, it's all about choices and not being afraid of making mistakes. I encourage you to embrace mistakes as they accelerate your learning curve and lead to better choices. I encourage you to keep this J.R. Tolkien quote in mind at all times. Not all those that wander are lost. I encourage you to seek the answer to the question, what can I do with my knowledge, my network, my passion, my skills, my choices to meet the needs of the world and make it a better place? I encourage you to remember how empowering the study of marketing, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy can be. I promise you that no matter your skill set, your abilities, or your interest, it will be your willingness to believe in yourself, to bet on you, that will change your world and the world we live in, one step at a time. I thank you for this recognition and this honor, and I'm proud to be associated with the graduating class of 2015. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor and party guests, Dr. Wilson, Minister Wyant, the Minister of Justice, Kathy Spruill, Member of the Legislative Assembly for Nutana, Saskatoon-Nutana, platform guests, family and friends, and graduands. This is a very hard act to follow for me, following one of the most inspirational talks I've ever heard at a convocation, so thank you very much. I'm going to, in my talk to you, echo some of the thoughts that Brett has just shared with you, but he certainly struck a chord for me. But I'm just wanting to say first a message to the graduates, the graduands, that it is my pleasure to be your president. I'm the interim president and vice chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan. And it's just a pleasure to be here today with you. I love Convocation because it's a celebration. It's a chance to celebrate achievement of what you have just accomplished. But as Dr. Wilson just said, it's not the end, but it's really just the beginning. And so what a celebration that we can have together, and thank you very much for coming. I want to, part of my job as president, you know, is to brag about the university, and I do quite a bit of that. And speaking of branding, the University of Saskatchewan has so much to offer and is offering to the world that it's easy for me to be able to brag about the University of Saskatchewan. There are so many good things happening. And I want to pay tribute to the University of Saskatchewan Wind Orchestra, who is sitting in between us, as I might say, here in the orchestra pit, under the able direction of Dr. Darren Olaking. This wind orchestra is made up of University of Saskatchewan students and faculty from our Department of Music, Arts and Science. And I'm very proud of them because they have been invited and been juried to attend a conference in California in August. And they will be one of only 15 in the world that will attend this conference. And they've been entertaining you this morning, and that fills me with pride to know that they are world recognized as a wind orchestra. And I say thank you and good for you. You might have noticed in your program that they are playing a piece that was composed by Dr. David Kaplan, a friend of mine and a friend of this university who passed away just 2 months ago. And more will be said about Dr. Kaplan in a moment. But I just want to go with you on a journey backwards for a moment to when you started here at the University of Saskatchewan. And it brings back memories of when I first started the University of Saskatchewan, way back in the middle of the last century, actually. And I was from small town Saskatchewan, Saltcoats near Yorkton. And I was scared, terribly scared of what was happening. Because the students that had been in high school ahead of me, in grade 11 and grade 12, say when I was in grade 10, they went off year by year to university, and they graduated at Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And I thought, this must be absolutely impossible. It can't be done. But I was determined to give it a try. They didn't tell me that they had partied a lot, And that university wasn't as hard as what I thought it was, but it was good for me because I studied very hard, especially the first year. I didn't have a girlfriend, I didn't have a car, I didn't have any money, and so I really, really had to work out of fear as well as anything else. By second year, I discovered that it was a little easier than that, so I did have a girlfriend, I did have a car, and my marks suffered a bit from that. But it was a tremendous experience, and so I'm reliving that as I'm looking out at you, wondering what your first day on campus must have been like, as you were wondering if you could get from one class to the next, which building is this in, how am I going to write all of those papers and exams and be able to perform in a lab, and yet you've done it. You're here. What a remarkable achievement you have just accomplished. All of those essays and exams that you've written, all of the thought processes you've gone through, you have now a chance to celebrate because you are getting today a degree from the University of Saskatchewan. And I hope when you look at that degree, it will remind you of your hours and years here on campus. And I hope it will be positive for you that you say, that was some of the best years of my life. It certainly was for me. And I've gone back to university twice since then, and each time it has been very, very rewarding. So don't count yourself just as lucky, because you have earned this. You have worked hard. You have devoted your time and your effort. And so celebrate today with your family, your friends, and I extend to you my sincerest congratulations. But then, so what's next? I'm sure you're saying to yourself, well, maybe some of you already have jobs, your careers are well on the way, and others are saying, well, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, and I'm not sure that I can predict for you either, but I know that the future holds all sorts of exciting challenges for you, all sorts of opportunities, and as been said earlier, choices to be made. And I'm excited for you because that is going to be a wonderful time in your life, so that no matter what the challenge is, you will succeed. Sometimes you'll make mistakes, but you learn from them, you pick yourself up, and you go on from there. The alumni of the University of Saskatchewan, counting this convocation, we will have over 145,000 alumni, graduates of the University of Saskatchewan. Dr. Wilson is an example of being very successful, but our alumni are spread around the world. And their success is really quite an amazing story of the people who have gone through this university. And the alumni are a very special group because they are unwavering in their support, their love of the University of Saskatchewan. And they dedicate their time, their talents, and sometimes their financial support to a university that they absolutely love. I was in China, in Hong Kong and Beijing, last fall representing the university, and I was hosted an alumni event in Beijing, and a young woman was there who had traveled 4 hours by plane to get to Beijing, and 2 others 3 hours. And I said, how fortunate it was that you had an event here, that you could now come to the alumni event. And they said, no, we took a day off work and we flew this distance to come to the alumni event because we love the University of Saskatchewan. And the education that they have received has them going upwards in their careers in China. And that's real gratitude. And so, as you join the ranks of the alumni, I hope that you will find ways to stay connected with the alumni, no matter where you might be living. And perhaps someday, you may also, once you're established, establish scholarships for students that are following in your path. And perhaps many of you have already exercised that opportunity to have scholarships. Keep in mind the people who have done that for you, and perhaps you can repay the university and those donors in another way. So we're here today to celebrate the Edwards School of Business and the College of Law. And that gives me great pride to look at you and to know what careers you have ahead. And I can't draw attention to all of the achievements within your colleges, but I want to just draw a couple. For example, in the Edwards School of Business, celebrating almost 100 years as the oldest accounting school in Canada. The school's history since that time has been filled with outstanding stories of accomplishment, like business student Jared Cole, being named Saskatchewan's 2015 Student Entrepreneur Provincial Champion by Enactus Canada. Edwards faculty, staff, students, and alumni also got out into the community to lend a helping hand. For the 27th year, the Edwards School has helped the community with 545 local residents filing their income taxes. This is just an example of volunteerism, service to the community, and you bring pride to your college and to the university. Within the College of Law, we have many reasons as well to be proud, to be happy for you. As in the case each year, the college has moot teams celebrating many successes, and again this year, runner-up in the McIntyre Cup competition. Another notable success is that of Professor Dwight Newman, who was named a senior fellow at the Macdonald-Laurier Institute, Canada's national public policy think tank. It's a great indication of the national reputation that our faculty and this university have. So you should be proud of the degree that you have, and you're entering a group of very talented, accomplished people with the University of Saskatchewan alumni. 108 years ago, this university was established, so we have a proud tradition. Something, though, that you are going to discover about the life ahead is that you're going to continue to learn. And I hear it from you, some of you say, oh no, I don't want to write another paper or another exam. I'll take another class. And maybe you will. Some of you will continue on with further study. But many of you will find that you will continue to learn, all of you will continue to learn no matter what the career you've chosen, whatever the job you have. And you will find that lifelong learning is essential to be able to keep up with the world around you. You will also discover an inner talent and inner strength that you didn't think you had by wanting to continue to improve yourself, to continue to inquire, and to take advantage of new opportunities. Dr. Wilson was talking about taking advantage of opportunities, and I wanted to share just a quick story with you in terms of my career. I've spoken many years over how important it is to have goals in life. And as I'm thinking that, I'm thinking, why am I saying that? Because I'm on my 8th career. I've had goals. My CV looks kind of like I couldn't hold a job. And each of those careers have come to me without me applying. It's somebody saying, Gordon, come with me. We want you to do this. We would like you to do that. And that comes from education, but also having the courage to tackle things that I never thought I would ever be able to accomplish. And I wish that for you, that you will be able to have those opportunities come along and to take advantage of whatever might come in your path. I also want to encourage you to say a thank you to your professors, to your family, to your friends, to your mentors, people who have helped you along the way. Because we have, you have, all of us together, we have made you stronger so that no matter what the challenge is, no matter how many times you might fall down, the importance is how you get up, and that will make you stronger. And so I hope that you will find your passion, regardless of what it might be. Maybe it's in music or in law, business, entrepreneurship, public service, whatever it may be. If you can find your passion, you will have a success because you will enjoy what you're doing. All 8 of my careers, I've absolutely loved what I've been able to do. And I hope the same will be applicable to you. And finally, I want to address all of the people who are sitting behind the graduates. Thank you very much for coming. We are appreciative of you coming to celebrate today with us, with the graduates, with your students. And we want to say thank you for being very supportive of these students and helping them along the way. And now I'm going to ask the graduates, if you would rise, please, and will you face towards the family and friends? And will you help me say a special thank you to all of the family and friends for their love and their support throughout the many years. Thank you very much. And the graduates can now turn back towards the stage, and you may be seated as well. These are called graduation exercises, and that was one of the first exercises of just standing up and turning around. Thank you very much for being here. We're very proud of you. Enjoy the rest of the day. The walk across stage isn't all that far. Well done. Congratulations.
Today's musical interlude by the U of S Wind Orchestra is a piece composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. David Kaplan. Dr. Kaplan passed away on April 6th at the age of 91. He was a pillar of the Saskatoon cultural community and was the driving force behind the music program and the band program at the University of Saskatchewan, as well as a longtime conductor of the Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra. He was a member of the Order of Canada and most recently received the Cornerstone of the Community Award at the 2014 Mayor's Cultural Gala. The Department of Music is honored to have substantial scholarships awarded every year in his name and is proud to house the Kaplan Collection, which contains over 350 unique musical instruments from around the world. The ensemble would like to dedicate Coben Crescent March to his memory and legacy within our community. Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees and certificates to which they are entitled.
Madam Secretary, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Would the graduands in the front row please rise and come to the platform? Graduands, As you make your way forward, I'll just let you know how the conferring of degrees will unfold. As you enter the stage, please stop and face the audience as the hood will be put over your shoulders. Once you have been hooded, proceed to the first podium where the orator will present each of you by name. Once your name has been announced, proceed to shake the Chancellor's hand, and the Chancellor then tells you that you have been admitted to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. You will then continue across the platform to be greeted by the President and your Dean or Associate Dean of the College, and to receive your parchment from them. As you go down the steps, you will be welcomed as new members of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association by a representative of the association.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Business Administration. I present to you Shelley Ann Brewster. Matthew Donald Cameron. Deanna Lynn Campbell. Mary Lynn Dumont. Humera Raza Kawaja. Donna Lee Lehman. Amber Lynn Lepke. Krista Dawn Malden. Jennifer Lee Martin. Chelsea Lee Materi. Laura Marie McLennan. Aaron F. Mazeros. Stan Brian Neudorf. Christopher John Pirard. Lisa Marie Punk. Penny Lynn Saxinger. Sylvia Marie Scharbach. Christina Elaine Shantz. Kendra Dawn Snook. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Certificate in Business Administration. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Taya Larissa Lee Adolph. Faraz Ibrahim Ahmed. Jordan Michelle Allen, with great distinction. Holly Mae Anderson. Michelle Maria Arda. Derek Paul Arnott. Portia Asari, with distinction. Kyle Dylan Asham, with distinction. Joanne Bueno Asuncion. Alexandra Ann Baxter. Nigel Baxter. Lisa Nicole Benalik. Danielle Shirley Berlinick, with distinction. Amy Joy Bernard. Mercedes Ann Boone. Shandy Marie Bozer. Kayla Marie Brewster. Jacqueline Marion Cecilia Broberg, with great distinction. Gina Marie Anastasia Brody, with distinction. Scott Christian James Bryden, with distinction. Shane Joseph Buchanan, with distinction. Christopher Bugg. Andrew Robert Burnett. Garrett Kean Bile. Caitlin Pauline Campbell, with distinction. Congratulations. Hillary Tess Carlson, with distinction. Meijing Chen. Heather Danielle Chickenis. Wei Sin Chu. Piper Doreen Clark. Curtis Patrick Clavel, with great distinction. Jordan E. Cleghorn. Colin William Stanley Closter. Leanne Janice Collin, with great distinction. Timothy J. Colville. Matthew Coots. Andrew D. Cribbs. Gwyneth May Crittenden. Riley Dawn Michelle Dacu, with distinction. Kylie Sue Dauk. Parker Brody Dibb. Dilier Diliumati. Alana Marie Detzel, with great distinction. Carlin Rose Donnelly. Brandon Thomas Donsberger, with great distinction. Jill Christine Demansky. Amy Christine Dunn. Chelsea Rose Ewan. Joshua Larry Farrell. Brittany Dawn Fair, with great distinction. Devin Ross Franklin, with great distinction. Matthew Allen Fries, with great distinction. Christopher Lee Friesen. Connie Fu, with distinction. Kelsey Brooke Rose Gagne, with great distinction. Kyla Morgan Gately, with great distinction. Alin Matilda Generu. Nicole Marguerite George. Evan Brian Paul Gerard. Sirac Sigai Galom, with great distinction. Spencer John Groth, with high honors and great distinction. Mackenzie Amelia Hamp, with distinction. Cole Franklin Harrison. Daniel Scott Harder. Austin J. Harryung. Dylan Reed Hergott. Luke James Hergott, with great distinction. Ty Robert Hosgen. Lauren Hogewide, with distinction. Lisa Marie Hogard. Corinne Margaret Holliday Scott, with distinction. Shelby Kristen Hopkins. Matthew Stephen Horbach. Logan Philip Charles Howe. Weijin Huang. Ziwing Joyce Hung, with great distinction. Karen May Hunter. Eugene Brock Irwin, with great distinction. Carrie Jean James. Ryan Leonard Jankilla, with distinction. Kyle Andrew Jurgens. Jilene Deanna Call, with distinction. Terrence William Chand Kaushik, with great distinction. Benjamin Ryan Kelly, with distinction. Kara Jean Kilo. Ariana Maria Kowalchuk, with distinction. Karen Melissa Kowalski, with distinction. Vanessa Laura Lee Kushnerek, with great distinction.
Matthew Lachica. Colin Lai. Evan Paul Lamontagne. Matthew James Lang. Jesse Dean Larson. Jeremy Raymond Laviolette. Catherine Portugal Lee. Lance Gordon Laird. Adam Kevin Lung. Brandon Lee Leverton. Jeffrey David Lewis. Hal Lee with distinction. G. Lee. Wei Lee. Ashley Lindgren. Danica Ray Litzenberger. Hongdong Liu, with distinction. Kelly Liu. Yijun Liu, with distinction. Lauren Ashley Lohendorf. Caitlin Nicole Lazinski, with great distinction. Tasha Dawn Lukinchuk, with great distinction. Jeffrey excuse me. Jeffrey Lompen Lumicton, with distinction. Alan Lun Lee. David Joseph Lychak, with distinction. Jacqueline Ann McDonald, with distinction. Zhenjun Mao. David William Martell, with great distinction. Morgan Alexandra Matheson. Brett John Joseph Mattis, with great distinction. Thank you. Cody Ryan Mazerol. Congrats. Joel Nicholas McClarty. Brittany Lynn McKenzie. Jason Daniel Meganber, with distinction. Jordan Taylor Menke. Brandon Jerome Murkowski. Oh. Mark William Mikhailik, with distinction. You can go. Kirsten Elaine Miller, with distinction. Matthew James Miller. Carly Marie Mock. Tyler Randy Molenbeek. Paramita Mustafa. Michael Mthandazo Moyo, with distinction. Claire Umatoni Mugabe, with distinction. Morgan Olivia Monroe, with distinction. Jo Lorraine Deborah Nag, with great distinction. Michelle Marie Newton. Hung Than Go. Laura Hun Nguyen. Emma Elise Nicole, with great distinction. Mark Douglas Neiman. Mark Andrew Nisbet, with honors. Saturnino Peter Ohanya. Olivia Stanislava Oleksinsky, with distinction. Max Alexander Olesko. Cooper Olson. Ty Laverne Olson. Kalen James Oram, with distinction. Tanisha Kate Poprosky, with great distinction. Jacqueline Elise Patrick. Jeffrey Kevin Phillips. Derek Paul Praxis. Sabina Marie Proctor, with high honors and great distinction. Jaylene Leslie Radchenko, with distinction. Umar Rahil. Rebecca Jane Rayburn, with great distinction. Mia Rempel. Jifeng Ren. Chelsea Hope Robertson. Timothy Peter Rosenberg. Nadia Rostamzada. Wenhu Run. Christina Maria Russ. Jeremy Gordon Ride. Junalen Pajo Sabandal. Courtney Milan Sandiford. Nicole Lee Sauer. Adam Jordan Saunders, with distinction. Lisa L. Schmidt, with great distinction. Taylor Lynn Schneider, with distinction. Kellen Seal, with distinction. Jo Ying Su, with distinction. Raylene Patricia Seymour. Lingwei Shan, with distinction. Keith Patrick Scherstabidoff. Stephanie Hope Shu. Lisa Ray Szymanski. Monica Siemens. Hannah Jane Sermacheski. Joyce Marley De Silva, with great distinction. Jasmine Rebecca Simpson. Brittany Leanne Sittler, with distinction. Kalen David Sommerfeld. Dylan Kern Sproul, with distinction. Abby Cecilia Stang, with honors and distinction. Casey Shea Stevens. Colette Yvonne Stewart. Mason Palmer Stott, with great distinction. Danica Rose Strongberg. Cale James Sullivan. Tracy Jolene Sunquist. Larissa Malay Suprana. Kelly Lynn Sutherland, with distinction. Fei Tong. Valentina Tetra, with distinction. Morgan Thurlow, with great distinction. Christine Santos Tolentino. Dominic Pierre Tremblay. Brooke Leanne Triple. Wei Man Seng. Lillian Yucklin, 2. Jared Bruce Uchik, with distinction.
Shibuki Vitalis Umi. Jessica Phyllis Valancourt. Jordan Paul Van Driel. Jordan Ray Wahlberg. Brooke Mackenzie Walker. Jana Lynn Waltz. Junfei Wang. Jishua Wang. Lindsay Catherine Warwick, with great distinction. Anna Eileen Weiner, with great distinction. Cynthia Maria Wesseling, with great distinction. Evan Peter Westfield. Kelsey Linnell Wick, with great distinction. Julianne Kathleen Wilkinson, with great distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Willett. Sarah Michelle Wilson, with distinction. Joanne Wu, with great distinction. Justin Philip Wood, with great distinction. Erin Marie Rubleski. Shan Wu. Shatin Zhao. Dan Shu. Adam James Yelland. Kristen Marie Young, with distinction. Dylan John Youngstrom. Leung Yoon. Juru Zheng. Juru Zheng. Jun Zheng. Sheldon Zhu, with distinction. Renee Ashley Zimmerman, with distinction. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Business Administration. I present to you Rodale Coons, please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Business Administration.
Master of Science in
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Solo Zhang. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Science. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Law, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Juris Doctor. I present to you Michael Donald Davis Adams with great distinction. Shane Robert Berry with distinction. Matthew Joseph Bennett. Paula Nicole Bittman with distinction. Rochelle Deanne Blocka with distinction. Amarjot Singh Brar with great distinction. Michelle Angelique Brassard with distinction. Taylor James Carson. Barbara Joan Chaplin with distinction. Robert Matthew Chapman. Caillou Andy Jiang with great distinction. Cindy Chow with distinction. Christopher J. Clark. Dorothy Lynn Cooper. Teresa Catherine Aurelia Cooper. Nathaniel David Day with distinction. James Bradley Edgar with distinction. Curtis Fawcett with distinction. Heather Dawn Franklin with great distinction. Christopher David Creton. Rachel Julianne Hack with great distinction. Emily Patricia Harris with distinction. Nicole Ann Hatali. Pierre Edward Hawkins. Sean Christopher Hines. Carrie Ann Holmes. Nicholas Charles Horlick with distinction. Kristen Lee Hubbard. Rylan Cole Hunter. Thomas Peter Hines. Tanya Camille Kent. Stephanie Sarah Kingsbury. Christopher Michael John Coben. Ashley Teresa Kulik. Desiree Dawn Marie Lalonde. Stephanie Chandrika Lavalley. Lynn Lee. Thomas Lee. Daniel Scott LeBlanc with distinction. Kaelin Patrick Sheridan Lemke with distinction. Nathan Paul Litter. Danica Margaret Lightning. Brianne Marie Lothian with distinction. Amelia Ann Lowe. Ling Ma. Eric James Mager. Loretta Ann Markowski. Kira Margaret Marie McElwain. Alyssa Michelle McIntyre. Chelsea Serena McKay. Stephen John Miller. Kara Danielle Moen with distinction. Jenna Moore with distinction. Brianna Lee Mussel. Ryan Marcel Nagel. Brianna Lee Jean Needham with distinction. David Alexander Pichet with distinction. Keith William Pratt. Graham Edward Quick with distinction. Samantha Marie Rabitich. Talon Mark Regent. Ian Donald Graham Ross with distinction. Kaylee Heather Sagansky with distinction. Derek Mark Schisler with distinction. Caitlin Ray Shahen with distinction. Alan Lauren Stromberg. Erica Tang with distinction. Robert James Taylor. Chantel Christine Thompson. Brooklyn Marie Thorpe. Mackenzie David Tellick. Megan Sarah Vanderker with distinction. Miles Ravi Wagre. Stacy Alexandra Walker with distinction. Catherine Grace Wozchuk with distinction. Paula Frances Young. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree Juris Doctor. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you these scholars from the College of Law and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Laws. I present to you Adedoyin Temilolua Adefemi. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the degree of Master of Laws.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees and certificates be granted.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure on behalf of the Edwards School of Business to award the Paul S. Jaspar Chartered Accounting Award to be given at the Spring Convocation to Donna Lee Lehman. I'm sorry. Dr. Edwards. Dr. Wilson seems to be tweeting.
Not yet, but I will be.
Back to Donna Lee Lehman. Hometown and high school, Carrot River Junior and Senior High School. She has attended the Insurance Institute of Canada, the Chartered Institute Professional CIP designation, and she currently works with Saskatchewan Mutual Insurance as a marketing representative. She is very, very pleased to tell you that she is an award-winning bagpipe player in her head.
Well done.
Yes. She's the world's best auntie, but I understand that her family has one auntie, and she's it. Okay. And she's involved in Curling Club Board of Directors, previously Big Brothers and Sisters, Special Olympics, all of this before the awesome, fearsome duty that was going to class. Her hobbies and interests are curling, golf, quadding, spending time at the lake with family, friends, reading, and fantasizing about bagpipes. Her future plans: 3 more classes to complete the Fellow Chartered Chartered Insurance Professional, FCIP designation, and then manage the R&D department as SMI. She's got a huge sense of humor. So unfortunately, that R&D department does not yet exist. But like Brett Wilson, she's got a lot of dreams and she's going to make them happen. She wants to give a thank you to SMI for encouraging and supporting her education, to Brian and the rest of the family for their never-ending love and support, and to her dear friend Chelsea for taking this journey with her. It's my pleasure to give her this plaque.
Thank you. A bagpipe player. You handled that well. Thank you.
And now the Edwards School of Business gives one award to the most distinguished BCom graduate at the Spring Convocation, and that award winner is Si Wing Joyce Hung. She is a graduate of the Evan Hardy Collegiate in Saskatoon with a major here in accounting. She's one of many, many generations of outstanding accounting students produced by the Edwards School of Business. She's graduating with great distinction. I counted last night, late in the night, the number of awards she received, academic awards in the BCom program, and I count 13. So 13 major scholarships. These include the Edwards Undergraduate Scholarship for all the years, the Joseph H. Thompson Scholarship, Ernst & Young Leadership Award. She was a member of the Dean's Honor Roll, I believe, every year, and the U of S Guaranteed Entrance Scholarship. Her volunteer activities are Enactus, where she was the group leader for Help Hunger Disappear on campus. She organized Treat or Eat, with the success of receiving more than 1,500 food items. She designed and promoted awareness of short-term hunger through intermedia at campus and demonstrated extraordinary leadership and recruited new members for the next year. She was the networking event ambassador for the Edwards School of Business. She assisted elderly and people with disabilities or cancer with their weekly water therapy at the Sherbrooke Community Centre. She built long-lasting relationships and served special needs adults with patience and thoughtfulness. She was involved with World Vision Child Sponsor, and she donated and sponsored children living in extreme poverty and contributed to the community. I'm going to go on because this is really extraordinary. She participated in Bridge City Boogie Run, donated money for charity, was on the Saskatoon Dragon Boat fundraiser for the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Now, in addition to all of that, she actually has hobbies. She listens to and plays music, I assume not bagpipes. No? Yeah. Swimming, traveling, cooking, watching movies, and I'm thrilled to tell you that upon graduation, she will continue working at Deloitte in Saskatoon as an auditor and will begin the MPAC program in May 2016 and pursue her CPA designation. She's one of the people that has a future goal of managing her own business and becoming a successful entrepreneur. So I cannot think of a better theme that's running through here than the acquisition of a professional designation and the aspirations to build a business. So I want to, on behalf of the university, on behalf of the Edwards School of Business, award you with the most coveted Goodspeed Award.
Eminent Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present the 2015 Law Society of Saskatchewan Gold Medal, which is presented annually to recognize the graduating student in the College of Law who has obtained the highest cumulative average over the 3 years of the JD program. This year's gold medal goes to Kai-Yu Andy Chang. Andy was born in Taipei, Taiwan. His family moved to Toronto when he was a small child, and he began his post-secondary education in Ontario, obtaining an honors degree in history and French from the University of Waterloo and an education degree from Trent University. His relocation to Saskatchewan, and eventually to the platform today, is a love story. In 2007, Andy followed his then girlfriend, now wife, Anna Singer, to Saskatoon, where she was a student in the College of Law. Andy and Anna were married in 2008 and now have 2 daughters aged 4 years and 8 months who have probably not yet contemplated a legal career. Prior to entering the College of Law in 2012, Andy worked for a data management company and was an apprentice cook. As a student, Andy maintained excellent academic standing and was selected as an editor of the Saskatchewan Law Review, the peer-reviewed journal published in the college, serving for a year as managing editor. He also worked at Classic, the inner-city legal clinic associated with the college, and worked as a volunteer at the Open Door Society. When it became clear that Andy Chang, among a pool of distinguished classmates, would be our most distinguished graduate, faculty greeted the news with enthusiasm but without surprise. He has had an established reputation as a cheerful, dedicated, and talented student. He has begun his articles at the McKercher Law Firm in Saskatoon. Eminent Chancellor, I am delighted to present the Law Society Gold Medal to Andy Chang. I think you have to look over that one. Come back.
Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, platform participants, graduates, and guests. My name is Wayne Ivaniski, and I'm a proud U of S alumnus, earning my Bachelor of Commerce degree in 1977. As president of the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association, it is my distinct pleasure to congratulate you, the class of 2015, and welcome each of you as our association's newest members. You made it. Your years of hard work have paid off. I know you feel like your work is done and you can breathe a sigh of relief, and indeed you should. Take a moment, soak it all in, celebrate the moment. Although it feels like today is an end to your time as a member of the U of S community, it's really a new beginning. You will always be a member of the U of S and of the Alumni Association. You're students on campus for a relatively short time and alumni for a lifetime. Today, you join our family, 143,000 strong and growing. You follow in the footsteps of accomplished U of S alumni like the Honorable John J. Diefenbaker, Canadian Prime Minister and father of the Canadian Bill of Rights. Henry Talby, recipient of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Nan Mackay, the first Métis and first Aboriginal woman to graduate from the U of S 100 years ago this year. The late Honorable Sylvia Fedoric, pioneer of cobalt-60 radiation treatment for cancer. Guy Vanderhaeg, winner of 2 Governor General Awards for his writing. You join fellow Edwards alumni, like the college's namesake, Murray Edwards. Corinne Harper, one of Canada's top 100 female entrepreneurs, and Craig Reynolds, president and CEO of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You are now among graduates of the College of Law, alongside Emmett Hall, Bud Esty, Bill McIntyre, Justices of the Supreme Court of Canada, Roger Carter, who developed the U of S Native Law Center, former Governor General Ray Netishin, Chancellor Emeritus Tom Malloy, who was instrumental in the development of the Nunavut Land Claims Agreement, and Deborah Chassis, a Canadian ambassador who received an honorary Doctor of Laws yesterday. I could go on naming our alumni who are leaders in business, public policy, public service, health, crop and animal science, the arts, sports and athletics, virtually every field imaginable. But you will not only follow the footsteps of these distinguished men and women, you'll blaze a new path. Take a look around you and remember the faces you see here today. Who do you see? The faculty who have inspired and led you, classmates and colleagues. Remember these faces and names, those you have heard today and seen in the program. Yours are the names of accomplished alumni that will be read from a stage like this one in future generations. You, the generation that is experiencing change at an unprecedented and ever-accelerating rate, will take all you have learned, your knowledge, your experiences, your relationships, to take on challenges you can't yet imagine, to help build vibrant communities. Because of your time at the U of S, you have all the tools, knowledge, skills, and abilities to think critically, solve problems, create solutions, and discover the unknown. Take one more look around you, or thumb through the program, look at some of the names, so when you hear the accomplishments of your fellow alumni, you can say, hey, I know her. She is one of us, a U of S alumna. And you will serve as an inspiration for each other to step into the spotlight and boldly share your accomplishments as University of Saskatchewan alumni. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and welcome to the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association.
Good morning. My name is Blaine Favel, and I'm the 14th Chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan, and it's my great honor to join you here this morning and bring these ceremonies to a close. All good things come to an end, and as with your education, the ceremony must come to close eventually, so after I talk for 45 minutes or so. I'll keep it very quick. I want to acknowledge our Minister of Justice, our Attorney General, Minister White, we've got the great privilege joining us today. Kathy Spruill, a member of the Legislative Assembly and a friend. Dr. Wilson, thank you. You honor us with your presence and your wonderful words. And platform guests, Mr. President, Mr. Provost, and of course the graduates and parents. I'd like to acknowledge a special guest that we have here today, Corinne McKay. If she is here, if she could give us a wave or stand. She's the niece of Nan McKay, who is in your program as the first Aboriginal woman to graduate from this institution 100 years ago. So, Corinne, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for participating in the celebration. I was speaking to when the drums were going. I was explaining to Dr. Wilson. He said, "Those are powerful. It's a powerful beat. It's a powerful song." And I was explaining to him that the honor song amongst our people, my people, the Plains Cree, is a gift. Actually, it's a gift that's sung by loved ones. It's an honoring. What the plain meaning of the words is, where loved ones, the community, your relatives recognize an accomplishment that you have achieved, whether it was a man returning from battle or a great accomplishment. So, in the future, when you hear the song, recognize that today it was sung for you, and it's sung by families. It's sung by parents, and it's an expression of love and respect. So. This is the same respect that the family of the University of Saskatchewan shares with you, and consider us always part of your family. You may wander around the world, you may forget us from time to time, but eventually we all reconnect with the University of Saskatchewan. I know I did after about 15 years. So remember us, travel safe in your journeys, and I always have a special regard for this particular ceremony because it's the law and the business schools that are graduating, 2 degrees which I share with you. And I remember as a young lawyer going out into the world, being quite proud of myself, having graduated with an LLB and thinking that I was going to make a bit of a difference, and maybe perhaps was a little bit too full of myself. And this is my one word of wisdom here for this afternoon. And I remember going to a conference, a Chiefs conference, and there was an elder sitting beside me. And he was staring at me, and he was staring at my shoes, and he was looking at my clothes, and he was looking at the side of his eye all the time. And I thought, maybe he's just too shy. He's going to ask me a really probing legal question, and I'm going to, just impress him with my brilliance on a legal point. And I was just waiting for him. So I kind of looked at him, and I nodded and asked him, can I help you, basically? And he pointed. He said, your socks there. He said, 'cause I was a very flashy dresser, and I still like my nice socks. He said, your socks. He said, are those the kind that go to your waist? And I said, no, right? So that was my message. So be humble when you go out into the world, because it's not all as it seems. I'd also like to make note that a line I heard this week, that a measure of a great nation is not its level of consumption, but its level of compassion. And that's so true for this province and for this university. It dates back to the time of my people, that were a people of sharing and caring to take care of each other. And that was a value that was shared by the early pioneers and continues to this day, exemplified by the work of Mr. Wilson in the fields of philanthropy. So I recommend to you that however you measure success, that one measure that you continue to carry in your life is to contribute back to the community, volunteer, whether it's for homeless people or for new immigrants, or whether it's for the university, to support the university in your as you further your careers. It's that measure your success based on leaving the world a better place. Contribute back. We're all part of this vast sea of humanity, and we all need each other, and we all need to work together to make a tolerant society and make this country a good place to live. So I'll leave that with you as you carry on in your journeys. I'd like to, before I bring the ceremony to its formal conclusion, I'd like to thank a few people that without their participation and help, this could not happen. I'd like to acknowledge Darren Olerking and the University Wind Orchestra. I'd like to acknowledge Sue Schmidt, our signer, our vocalist Katia Kartova, our drum group, All Tribe Singers, Arnold Pelly, my friend, who serves as our elder today. Thank you, Arnold. The University Chaplain, Andre Lalach. And of course, Megan Riesling, the Convocation Coordinator, who made all of this happen. So thanks to all of them, and let's give them a sign of our appreciation. So with that, graduates, have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy the love of your family, the support of your family as you celebrate this day. Much to celebrate. Be safe wherever you travel. And as the ceremony comes to an end, please stay seated until the platform party leaves the stage. Thank you.